Mark from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with Dr. John Pidutti of Springs Eternal Health Clinic in Vancouver. How are you doing today, Dr. John?
Good, Mark. Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk about IBS. What is IBS?
That's a good question. IBS is a difficult one to pin down because it's a diagnosis of exclusion. It's basically you have these symptoms. We don't know exactly what it is, what's causing it. So you get diagnosed and lump it in as IBS. And it can be all kinds of symptoms. The list goes on and on and on. But if you have it, you know what they are. And it's an interesting thing because about 30% of the population actually does have IBS, and it may even be more because it's something that a lot of people don't talk about.
So what have you found to be the main cause?
The main cause is something that is it's so elegantly simple and yet complex at the same time. And it's taken years of clinical practice to understand these three main factors that I've discovered. But the magic is really in discovering the root cause. So I'm just going to hop over to screen share with you guys and show you what I've discovered is if we can balance these three things. And I like to keep it really simple. You able to see that okay over there, Mark?
You can see it.
Let's get that a little better. How's that?
Good.
Good. So with irritable bowel syndrome, there's the gut microorganisms. This is they call it the microflora, microbiota. And when those guys are out of balance, they cause all kinds of irritation. And that irritation in your gut is what triggers a lot of problems within the nervous system of your gut. And the nervous system gets hyperreactive. It starts reacting to any irritation from bugs, irritation from food. And then that can trigger an inflammatory response, either through the nervous system or the bugs can trigger off this inflammatory response. And when the immune system gets irritated, that just makes the nervous system more irritated and they start playing off each other. Everything gets hyped up, and so your gut just gets so irritable and reactive. And then you get all the symptoms of IBS. So it's simple. Now the trick is in figuring out how to balance all those. But when you balance those three, it's amazing what happens.
So how does someone discover what the main cause is for themselves?
Yes, so in this, it's really about testing. If you can get tested, it takes all the guesswork out. So many people have tried so many different treatments to, from the health food store, or they see an ad and, oh, I've tried maybe some probiotics, or I've tried changing this up, changing, my diet and this thing. And in the end, if you know exactly what you're up against, you can make a very specific focused program, and the results are a world of difference. So in my practice, I found that if we can figure out the main game changer, I will call it, is when you can actually test the bugs, figure out how to balance the bugs are, and then when you can figure out what's coming down the pipe that might be irritating everything. So the combo of those two makes everything, it's a home run. Figure out the bugs, figure out what's coming down the pipe that irritates. And then we can also look at the gut nerves. And if we can figure out that, it changes everything for people. So in the end, it's really how you can know for yourself is you need to get tested, and you just need to get to the root cause.
So can you give an example of how you treat this in your office?
So let me just pop out of the screen share. So yes, most of the people who come into our office for IBS, it's basically they have all the symptoms and they've tried all kinds of treatments. They've done, all kinds of practitioners. Some people are new and just discovered they have it. But ultimately, they're having these symptoms and they're trying things and it's not working. So an example of this is a patient that, well, just to back up, just so you know about me, I love a holistic approach. I like to look at the whole person and treat the whole, every aspect that we can. And so an example is a patient who came in, she'd had that story of having the gas and bloating, and she was alternating between constipation and diarrhea. That's not typical for everybody, but She also had mucus in her stools, and so there's lots of sign of inflammation. She was afraid to go outside of the house because she didn't know where the washroom would be. So anyways, we say we got to find out what's going on with the bugs. So we did our testing to figure out the bugs, and then we tested to figure out what foods could have been a problem. There's food allergies, food sensitivities, food intolerances. So any of these things, we need to figure out what's causing it. And we told her about the gut nerves, and we did some exploration on how to balance that. And basically we did the treatment, everything got better. And it really hinged on just getting to the root cause.
So what would be the next step for somebody who's looking to maybe get some relief from IBS?
Yeah, the next step would, please call our office. We need to get you tested. We need to figure out what are all the factors involved in your situation. And from there, we can help you out a lot. And I would say there's maybe 3 things in the back of your mind you can take home from watching this today. And one is to know that if you can figure out the 3 main things with the bugs, the immune system, and the nervous system, and balance those, it's going to get better. And if you can get the treatment, so that would be number 2 to leave you home, is get the treatment, get out of the dark, so you're not just randomly trying things. And then 3, hopefully there's a little bit of hope, a little bit of inspiration, hearing that there's new advances out there in science that are helping us pinpoint these things that need to be balanced, and take advantage of that, because you can get a world of difference doing that.
Great. So these are the guys to call. Give Springs Eternal a call, 604-737-0012, or check out their website, springseternal.com. Get help for your IBS right away. Thanks, Dr. John.
Thank you.